Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and go beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, co-host. Raina, come on. Oh, good girl. This is the co-host, Raina, and her snack of the day is Rachel Ray Nutrish Turkey Bites. So today I'm going to talk about my month of April and what I was able to accomplish and not accomplish from my TBR. So first of all, let's start out with this. Here is the stack of books that I read. Here is the stack of books that I didn't read. And here is a book that I am part of the way through. So we're going to talk about all of these in just a second. Now, first of all, let's start with what I didn't read, because I will carry these over into May, and hopefully I'll have time to get to them in May. So the first one is The Secret of the Old Clock by Nancy Drew. I've been on a bit of a nostalgia kick lately, but fear not, I substituted this with another book that made me feel nostalgic as well. So I'll carry good old Nancy Drew off into May, and we'll see what we can do then. Also, The Memory of Running by Ron McClarty. This was a book that, for one of the tags, I had read the first paragraph, and it sounded very, very interesting. I think it was the Quick to Judgment tag. This was one of the books I chose, and I think it's going to be a really good book. So I do want to read it, and I'll carry it over May, June, July, who knows? I don't think it'll be that long, but we'll see. Okay, so that's those. So now, what about this partial read? Look like a really long book. What's going on with that? Well, that book is The Tommyknockers by Stephen King. Now, this book came out, I think it was in 1988. I never have read it. I think it came out in 1987, actually. I never have read it. I think I saw part of the movie one time. I'm really not familiar with the story. But anyway, I have been really enjoying it, and that's how far I am. I'll finish it in May, probably. I hope to, at least. So, yeah, having a good time with The Tommyknockers. I'm actually enjoying it more than I even had expected to. So, what's now going on for April? What did I complete, and what did I like and not like? Well, first of all, I read another of James Baldwin's stories, and that is Giovanni's Room. It's actually probably novella length, really. I read that as a buddy read with Daniela at the beginning of the month. We both have our reviews posted, and I will put a link to them in the description so that you can take a look and see what we thought of the book. So, yeah, I hope to go on and finish all of these in 2025. I have already read and reviewed Go Tell It on the Mountain previously. So after that, what did I read? Well, I think my next book was actually also a buddy read. And that was The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I buddy read this with Becky from Book Reviews with Becky, and we both liked it very much. I will put a link in the description to our videos so you can take a more in-depth look at our reviews. And yeah, another Kristen Hanna book that I really enjoyed. Next, I read a book that was a little bit odd, to say the least. Very different than what I expected. And that was The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie by Muriel Spark. There was some really interesting things about this book. I Wow. I thought that this was probably a banned book, first of all, which was interesting. I just thought that it was. Seemed like the type of book that there may be bans against. But no, that's not the case. I will actually link an article where somebody writes about that. But also, the situation with this is that I was surprised at how much I didn't like Miss Jean Brodie and what an authoritarian she was, in my opinion. So it's interesting that the main character was a total authoritarian, and it just goes to show with the young girls who followed Miss Jean Brodie, wanting to be a part of her little club, just kind of goes to show what people will do to get that sense of belonging and to be part of the crowd and to be singled out as something special. And I thought that part of it was interesting, but trust me, I am still processing this book. If anyone can help me in the comments, please do. Anyway, I had never seen the movie or anything, so I kind of didn't know what to expect, but I I didn't expect that. Let's put it that way. Next is a book that I also did a full review of. Not one that I necessarily, at the end of the review, recommended. I said maybe a beach read or something, and that is Count My Lies by Sophie Stava or Stava. Not sure exactly how to say it, but yeah, it's supposed to be a thriller. Kind of fell a little bit flat for me. So yeah, but you can look at the whole review and make your own decision. I mean, like I say, a beach read, a read on vacation or something, it might be a good book for that. Next, I had started this early in the month of April. I just finished it not too long ago. I was reading a few chapters in between the other books that I read, and that is Stephen King's 11/22/63. I'm going to do a full review of this as also a banned book. I believe this would have been banned book number 9 for me this year. And yeah, this I enjoyed very much. This was a nostalgic read for me, as is Tommy Knockers too, in a lot of ways, back to the day before the cell phones and things like that. But, this one in particular had a lot of nostalgia for me. And yeah, take a look at the full review. It's good. You'll enjoy it. If it's come out. If it hasn't, it will probably be my next one after this video. So you'll get to see it soon. Also, speaking of getting to see something soon, finally for April, I read 6 Days in Bombay. This was my book of the month choice. The author is Alka Joshi. And yeah, again, kind of still processing this one, but I should have the full review out within a week or so. I don't know. Yeah, still deciding, still kind of working on it. There were some good things. I don't know if it just wasn't what I expected or exactly what, but anyway, I'll leave that up to you to take a look and see what you think. So, before I sign off, there is one more thing that I wanted to do, and that is to show you some of the new pottery that Donna has come up with, and that is on her Etsy site, to which there will be a link at the end and also a link in the description. We have here, and this is something she's been selling a lot of recently, and that's these little honey pots. Have a little cover and a little honey stick there. So yeah, this one's nice. If you can take a look, the colors are really pretty on that. Also, these are like little containers to keep like your olive oil and things like that, so that as you're cooking, you can sprinkle. This one just, has a different shape and it's a little bit smaller. This one's a little bit larger. So yeah, they also have some really nice glazes and finishes on them with lots of nice colors. And then finally, this is just kind of a new style of mugs. Nice blue on that. Nice big size, which people usually like. And then this is a different style as well for mugs. And so she sold a couple of these recently. So these are all posted on, like I say, the Etsy site. Go take a look and do some shopping. So if you've hung in this far, I appreciate you very much. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. One more snack for the road. And have a nice day.